Hello friends, I'm Dr. Prachi Nadda and today we'll be discussing about the Secondary Education Commission, popularly known as the Moodley Commission. In the year 1951, Central Advisory Board of Education, popularly known as CAB, advised the central government to appoint Secondary Education Commission. The Secondary Education Commission was set up under the chairmanship of Dr. A. Lakshman-Swamy Moodley in 1952, the then Vice Chancellor of Madras University. The Moodley Commission was an education commission set up with the aim of examining the system of secondary education in India to review in terms of objectives, organization and content of secondary education in India. Its main purpose was to examine the conditions of the secondary education system in the country and suggest ways to improve it. Further, the Commission prepared its report and presented it to the Government of India on 29 August 1953. The major concerns why this commission was set up by the Government of India were to review the condition of contemporary secondary education and to suggest measures for its reorganization, to examine the aims, curriculum and teaching standards of secondary education of every province in India, to study the existing pay scales and service conditions of secondary school teachers, to analyze the examination system of secondary schools, and to study problems of secondary school education in every province and suggest their remedies. Now, with this humongous task on this commission, the commission adopted the following methodology to prepare its report. The commission adopted methods to study existing secondary education in every province in India. On the basis of information acquired through these methods, that was through questionnaires and interviews, the commission prepared its report and presented it to the Government of India, as I said earlier, on 29 August 1953. The report is of 244 pages and is divided into 14 chapters. The report primarily consists of two major parts, that is, shortcomings of the then existing system of secondary education and remedies and detailed features of the secondary education. The major findings of the report were: the purpose of secondary education is to prepare students to get admission in university education only. Secondary education does not develop qualities such as cooperation, discipline, and leadership among students. Impractical curriculum and quality of textbook is defective. Teaching methods are not adequate for knowledge creation. Rigid timetable and examination system is improper. No proper arrangement of co-curricular activities in the schools. No proper criteria for appointment of teachers, and guidance and counseling facilities are inadequate. So these were the major findings or the shortcomings that were present in the then secondary system of education prevalent in the country. So the commission presented its report and suggestions through the following aims and objectives. The aims and objectives cover basically 6 major thrust areas. They are to create perfect citizens, to increase one's ability to earn money, to foster moral character, developing leadership capability, to foster personality development, and to enhance vocational efficiency. Now, we will talk about all of these major areas one by one. Aims and objectives in respect to creating perfect citizens. The Secondary Education Commission realized that social and national feelings are necessary for a country to advance. The social feelings of brotherhood and fraternity and national feelings of patriotism is something which keeps the country intact, develops unity amongst its citizens. So the Secondary Education Commission highlighted its importance. The Commission clarified the concept of national sentiment. It has been urged that the students of the country should have faith in the greatness and importance of the culture of their country. India, being a rich country with rich culture and heritage, they should be proud of it. So, the education system should be one which helps in making those students proud of their culture. The Commission advises the students to conduct a self-study and assess their own good and negative traits. in an effort to develop a more positive outlook in life. So the Commission threw light or focused on developing the practice of reflective thinking. The Commission has highlighted that one should be willing to make any sacrifice for the country. So all these points would help in creating perfect citizens. Any country in the world, if we talk about, wants citizens which are an asset, not a liability. Hence, how can we make citizens which are an asset? That is, through quality education. The feelings of oneness, national unity, feeling proud of our own culture and self-reflection is something which can make perfect citizens, which Secondary Education Commission talked about. Aims and objectives with respect to one's ability to earn money. Any education is of no use until and unless it becomes a source of livelihood. So, the Commission said that the Commission believed that after completing secondary education, a person should be able to earn enough money to support themselves, and vocational subjects should be added to the curriculum to help develop this capability. So, general education in itself is not complete to become a means of livelihood. What are the other subjects which can be a source of increasing the livelihood is of adding more vocational subjects to the education system. Aims and objectives with reference to leadership capability and to foster moral character. Students' leadership skills should be developed in secondary education. For the purpose of democracy and the overall growth of the nation, this trait is essential. Humans are social creatures. They must possess the spirit of cooperation, self-control, humility, love and brotherhood. So we can say that it's not only developing the values which are enshrined in the Constitution, but our education system should help in inculcating the universal values in the individual as well. The curriculum needs to include lessons that can help children develop these virtues. Science, humanities, fine arts, music and dance are some of the subjects. That means in order to have a holistic development of a child, which is a means of moral character development, we need to have subjects like science, humanities, fine arts, music and dance introduced into our curriculum. To enhance vocational efficiency and foster personality development, the Commission believed that increasing the vocational efficiency of students by having them engage in productive labor makes self-sufficiency and national prosperity possible. The secondary curriculum should be tailored to foster the students' creative energies so that they may appreciate their cultural heritage and build strong interest in music, dance, drama and craft. The major recommendations made by the Commission are the building blocks for the curriculum construction. Curriculum should be experiential and progressive. Any curriculum that is being taught in the schools, if it does not provide experiences to the students, the learning in itself is incomplete. Hence, curriculum which should be experiential and progressive according to the needs of the society. This Commission also highlighted that aspect. The entirety of the experience is when students engage in a variety of activities in the classroom, playground, library, workshop, etc. and are not only confined to the four walls of the classroom. Hence, totality of experience is what the Commission highlighted. Further, curriculum should be flexible, interesting, need-based and supported by the principles of diversity and elasticity. As we know that India is a diverse country, hence our curriculum should be flexible according to the diverse needs of our society. Every state has its own culture, own language, own traditions. The curriculum should be adopted according to their needs and requirements. Further, it should be interesting and need-based, which may be of some use to them. The curriculum should be able to prepare pupils for both work and leisure activities. So the curriculum should be planned in such a way which not only leads to their academic development but also to their helps in developing proper habits in them, proper leisure time activities in them. So the curriculum should be prepared in such a way which prepares students for both leisure time and work related activities. The correlation principle states that curriculum should be related to one another. That means no subject can be taught in isolation or vacuum. There should be an interlinkage between the subjects so that there is a continuity among them. The topics covered should be applicable to everyday life. They shouldn't be specific pieces of knowledge. That means whatever is being taught in the classroom should be related to the life of the child outside the classroom as well. If that knowledge which is being imparted in the classroom is not of any use to the student outside the classroom, that learning is of no use at all. Hence, when we reconstruct our curriculum, we should focus on this aspect very importantly. And lastly, according to the community-centeredness principle, the curriculum should be connected to community life. Hence, the Commission focused on bringing school and community together. When students learn in school, then only they can go and serve in the community. Hence, community and school need to work hand in hand. Recommendation on teaching techniques. The Commission said, students should have the opportunity to practice clear thinking and expression in both speech and writing during class. That means, during the classroom teaching, teachers should provide adequate opportunities to the students so that they can express themselves both in terms of speech and writing. Enough of activities should be used in teaching learning process where they have a room for expressing themselves freely in front of other students as well as the teacher. The Commission said, the needs of each learner should be considered in the classroom. A teacher should understand that when they're teaching in the classroom, all students are not the same. Hence, when a teacher is teaching in the classroom, she needs to teach in such a way that each and every student understands the same thing in the same way. It should instill positive beliefs and behavior. One of the most important aspects of classroom teaching is that when a teacher is transacting the curriculum in the classroom, she is not only teaching that subject. Apart from that, she is also instilling positive beliefs and behavior and positive values among the students. Hence, her transaction, her body language should be such that all these things are simultaneously transmitted to the students. Experiential and demonstrative techniques should receive more attention. In order to make the classroom teaching more interactive, more active, a teacher should more often make use of demonstration method and give experience-based learning to the students where they actively participate in the classroom activity. Recommendations given on the basis of medium of instruction. The mother tongue or the state language should be made the medium of instruction. The student should be taught at least 2 languages at the junior high school stage. The Commission has suggested that at the secondary stage, a student should learn at least 3 languages. Those are the national language, that is Hindi, the mother tongue or the regional language, and a foreign language, preferably English or any other language which a student wants to learn. Recommendation given on the education system in general. The Commission has recommended that the secondary education should be for children between 11 to 17 years of age. The Commission has recommended the introduction of 3 years degree course. For this, secondary education should continue up to the 11th class, and then the 12th class should be added to the first degree of BA, BSc or BCom of the university. Home science should be made compulsory for girls and other subjects should be common for both boys and girls. Agriculture should be made a compulsory subject for schools in villages. The children of teachers should be given free education, and the teachers should not be permitted to take up tuitions of students. Recommendations given by the Commission on quality learning. A board of teacher training should be established. New schools should be recognized only when they fulfill all the terms and conditions. The centre should give financial aid to states for improving education. The schools should be opened at least for 200 days a year. That means the annual academic calendar of a school should consist of 200 working days. The schools in rural areas should be closed at least for 7 days at the time of sowing and harvesting in order that the students may help their family in agriculture pursuits. This aspect or this recommendation is one of the most important recommendations given by the Mudaliar Commission. Why? Because India being a primarily agrarian economy, many of the learners who are going to school are the children of the farmers. In order to decrease the dropout rate, to increase the retention rate, it was very essential that students can even help their families at the time of need, that is sowing and harvesting, and can also be a part of the regular education system. Therefore, the Commission threw light on it and highlighted its importance in Indian context. Principals should be empowered to decide about local holidays and school hours. A class size should not consist of more than 40 students. So in the year 1952-1953, the Commission highlighted the importance of pupil-teacher ratio. A class size was limited to 40 students so that a teacher could give individual attention to students and interact with them in a healthy manner. In the end, let's throw a light upon the major highlights of Secondary Education Commission. The education highlighted the importance of activity-based curriculum. Way back in the year 1952-53, the Commission highlighted, in order to make the teaching learning more important so that it becomes more effective, we need to have more of the activities introduced into the curriculum, into the normal day classroom teaching, so that student participation increases and learning becomes more joyful. Focus on agriculture education. Apart from making the curriculum activity-based, they laid adequate emphasis on agricultural education. As I already said, India being an agrarian economy. The focus on agriculture is very much important. Majority of our population were farmers at the time. Hence, in order to retain the students in the schools, to decrease the dropout, it was very much essential to provide adequate holidays to the students so that they could support their family at the need of hour. Hence, the provision of holidays at the time of sowing and harvesting was provided in this commission, which could help the children and their families as well. Discussion of aims of secondary education. The Education Commission highlighted the aims of secondary education, how an education system is not only a means of livelihood for the students, but also it helps in making them assets to the economy, assets to the country with strong moral character. Child-centered education. The Commission highlighted the importance of child-centered education. They advised that the teaching learning activities in the classroom should be arranged in such a way which provide space to the learners to express themselves, whether it's in speech or in writing. It also encouraged the teachers to make use of demonstration methods to provide experience-based learning to the students so that the classrooms becomes more interactive and joyful. Improvement in teachers' salary and position. No system can work if proper wages are not given to its workers. Hence, the Commission highlighted the status of teachers over here and suggested that in order to improve the quality of teaching, we need to improve the quality of teachers' salary as well. Hence, it focused on improving the salary and position of teachers. Focus on co-curricular activities. When we talk about the holistic development of a child, it cannot be completed only if we talk about curricular activities or the activities which are limited to the classroom. This commission highlighted the importance of co-curricular activities which were as important as the curricular ones in terms of the holistic development of a child. No more stress on external examination. The commission highlighted the importance of reducing the stress on external examinations and on the importance of internal learning. Focus on multi-purpose schools and suggestions to open technical schools near industries. The Commission highlighted, in order to improve the vocational education in the country, in order that the students get more livelihood opportunities after completing school education, we can open technical schools near the industries where students can learn from there and go to the world of work. Thus, the Secondary Education Commission talked about how we can improve the quality of teaching and learning and the quality of secondary education in India. In conclusion, we can say that the Secondary Education Commission, popularly known as the Moodley Commission after its chairperson, talked about how to improve the quality of secondary education in India. It, in its detailed report of 244 pages, highlighted the shortcomings of the present secondary education and detailed out a plan of the remedies of how the secondary education can be improved in our country. In highlighting the aspects how it can be improved, it talked about its aims and objectives in 6 major thrust areas, which could lead to creating the perfect citizens which are required for a country which had got independence after the British rule and was in a way of new economic development. With this, we come to the end of this discussion. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much.